everyone. I hope all of you are doing well. Today we are into the class number 3 of how to write good answers, and this class is going to focus on one particular thing, which is what makes for a good answer. What are the qualities of a good answer and what are the components of a good answer? This is of how to what are the various components of a good answer. In this first particular class, we are going to discuss one component. In the next class, and there is a very simple reply to it. There is a simple answer to that, which is content. Content and the information that you are providing in the answer of UPSC that you are writing in that 150 or 250 words, that is what is the most important thing. Now, a lot of people tell you make diagrams, make drawings, have some kind of underlines, use a lot of flow charts or diagrams. My experience, I have written 3 mains. So my experience in these 3 mains is very simple and straightforward, which is that if you write very good content, and even if it does not have good diagrams, flow charts, any kind of drawings or underlines, maps, even if you don't have that, but if you write the content that the UPSC is asking the question, if you write the right kind of information, if your articulation, if the way you write is good and you're touching all the points, then still you will get very good marks in the answer. But the other way around doesn't work. If your answers content is very average or below average, but you're using a lot of diagrams, you're using a lot of drawings or underlines or these kind of things, flowcharts, you will still not get good marks because your content is not up to the mark. So one thing you should remember is just making diagrams, just making flowcharts, just making maps or drawings, just underlining something and using different kind of pens, that is not going to get you extra marks. I personally used to use only one kind of pen, and that is what got me. Still, I got one of the highest marks in GS in the last 4 years. I got over 450 marks. So how did I do that? I did that with a good content, good information, good answer, information wise, analysis wise, content wise, that I wrote. So content is the key. Content is what we want to focus on, uh, and not on anything else. So basically, what you write in your answer, your words, the information you provide, whatever you put down, the analysis you build around the answer, that matters. And you can do that maximum in 4-5 questions in the entire paper. You can't do it throughout the paper. Your every question cannot have a flow chart. Your every question answer cannot have a diagram. Only where it is required, like a geography question. If there is a geography question, you might need a particular kind of a diagram or map, right? Because in geography it is important to show that, and it is easier to also understand any geographical concepts through these maps and diagrams. So it really depends on the question, but don't try to force it. Don't try to just do it even if you don't know how to do it, even if you have not practiced for it, even though it has not become part of your preparation, or if the question simply doesn't require it. Don't try to force it. No. So in I have seen in coaching institutes and in many other different places, you might be told that diagram to banane hai, har question mein banane hai. History question mein, what is the need of a diagram? Unless it's a geography question, unless it's a question where you need to provide a certain diagram to get to a particular point. If you need to provide a flow chart to show the process flow, then only you need the diagram, right? If it's a history question, if it's a simple economics question where there is no diagram needed, then you definitely can just do with writing good content, and that will really get you good marks. So of course diagrams help you to present something in a better way where it is required, but it is not necessary that you need to do it in every particular question. And you must remember one thing: when it comes to handwriting, it should be clear and clean. You don't need to have a very hi-fi answer, writing. You don't need to have brilliant handwriting in order to get marks. As long as you have a decent readable writing, that will do. And of course, if you're writing in paragraphs, I would suggest try to write in points, because points help the examiner to swift through your copy really fast. So the faster the examiner is able to read your questions quickly, the more he's able to see that you are coming to the points, you are answering the points what is asked in the question, then the faster, easier it will be for that person to give you marks also. content, but what is good content? Okay, what are all the different points that we should be able to cover in our answers in order to make that content good and get good marks? Okay, so now we are going to see the first thing. I have various things that I will show you throughout the video series, that what makes for a good content. This is the first thing, and the first thing that makes for a good content is basically nothing but the fact that the answer itself, the content that you're writing, should showcase your understanding of the question that has been asked by UPSC. So answer should be to the point. It should not be beating around the bush. It should be answering what has been already asked by UPSC in the question. A lot of times, a lot of students, aspirants are not able to understand what the question is asking. So, or they might not even know what the question is asking. So they will just write something. But writing something will not get you marks. This class really helped you in understanding what makes for good content, and what is the first thing that you need to include to make your answer good, to make your content in the answer writing good. Let me know if you have any questions. Happy to answer them.